We have a battle report. It's 2,000 points with Necrons here versus Sisters of Battle in the Relic. With Dawn of War deployment, it is night fighting. Let's run through the forces. I'll do the Sisters and we'll walk over there to the Necrons. So the Sisters who have guard allies have a group of vets here with las cannon team and 2 plasma guns. There's a group of battle sisters here with 1 multi-melta and a melta. There's Uriah Jacobus as an HQ choice with 2 Death Cult assassins and Crusader manning this quad cannon and the Aegis line. There's another group of battle sisters here, same exact layout. There's a company command squad here with a mortar squad and a master of ordnance. There's an exorcist, and a Lehman Russ eradicator, and then a squad of penitent engines. And in reserve over here, there's 1 vendetta, 1 immolator with 5 dominions in it, and a group of Seraphim with my warlord, which is Saint Celestine, and she has the warlord trait, which is heroic fighter, something like that. I get a victory point if I challenge someone and win. And so we'll walk over to Necrons. Tell us about our Necrons.
All right, so a group of 4 race whip coils, group of destroyers, another group of heavy destroyers over here, 2 annihilation barges with...
These are a squad or separate?
Separate.
Okay.
So 2 annihilation barges with Teslas and Gauze underneath, squad of 5 immortals with Tesla, with 2 destroyer cryptex. This is actually a stand-in for a Bastion and quad gun
cannon
up top.
And no one's on the quad gun?
Well, the quad, anybody on the top floor gets the...
So this is top floor then, the whole thing. All right.
Yep. So in reserve, I have 2 Night Sights. In the Night Sights are 2 10-man immortal with Gauze blasters. Overlord with Semper Weave. Lord, Cryptech. Everybody has War Sights. Same thing over here. Overlord and Lord. Resorbs on both. And that'll be coming in on reserve.
All right, that's on the reserve. So we're going to go on to round 1. Sisters did not steal the initiative, and it is night fight. So movement is done. Wraiths here. Pretty cool looking wraiths. They moved up. They can't claim the relic though. Destroyers land behind them. Those 2, were they Devastator arcs? What are they called? Annihilation barges. The 2 annihilation barges are there. These guys move up here. Those guys in the building stay where they are. We're going to move on to shooting. But it is night fighting, so we had to measure all this stuff to see how many things we're actually able to shoot. So we've got finished with Necron round 1 shooting, and there is no assaults. You'll notice there are only 1 penitent engine here because it got shot up by these destroyers and by a quad cannon and by some cryptex, blown up 2 of them. Actually, this one's wrecked. And then this guard squad got shot a lot and remarkably made a lot of cover saves because it's night fighting. This group of sisters lost 5. They made the morale because they still have their superior. So they're good. These wraiths have run up during the running stage, and we're on to sisters movement. Sisters have done their movement. The Lehman Russ stand-in eradicator goes over here. 2 exorcists go here. Command squad does nothing. Penitent engine walks up here. These girls have a hard time getting over their own wall. The abhuman death cult assassins there, they jump the wall and actually do better than the sisters. Uriah backs up. This group of sisters is snaking up here. The guard, without moving the las cannon, are coming up, and we're done with sisters are done shooting. They used 2 acts of faith. Neither of them went off on this group of sisters and that one. We killed 3 wraiths, 3 guys up on the roof that are going to have to make a morale check, and we took a glance off one of the arcs, and we're going to move on to assaults as soon as they make their morale. 2 death cult assassins and a crusader charge this wraith. They're all on initiative 1 now because he has whip coils, and so wraith goes first. Exciting end of round 1. Lots of death on both sides. Those guys make their morale. This combat is ongoing with the wraith locked in combat. I guess everyone is consolidated now. He's got 1 wound. The death cult assassin with the power maul knocked him down to initiative 1. And we're done with Sisters round 1. We're on to round 2, and night fighting is finished. Necron movement's done. These destroyers here moved over here, so they can shoot a lot of people. These 2 arcs, they both move, so they got their 5-up jank. These guys on the roof kind of move over a bit, so they're closer, so they can shoot more guys. These guys moved a foot, right? So they use their jump packs here, fly over here, so they're shooting this Russ in the side, and he rolled a double 1 on his reserve, so neither vehicle. So we're done with shooting. As you'll notice, this guard squad is fleeing backwards as it got just mauled by Tesla destructors off that arc there. This group kills 5 girls, so this Battle Sister squad is actually still steadfast. It made its morale check. Penitent Engine gets wrecked by the quad cannon, multiple Necron Cryptek shots, and this, what we're calling a Lehman Russ here, suffered a hull point, and we're on to the assaults. This Crusader here and Death Cult Assassin are still alive. They killed the Wraith, but one of the Death Cult Assassins dies. Even though I foolishly rolled and should have put that roll on the Crusader. And that's all for assault, so they consolidate, and we're on to Sisters round 2. So on the reserves, that Vendetta comes in, and these guys make their morale check, but St. Celestine and the Dominion squads do not come in. Kind of like the Necrons. So movement's done. Vendetta got shot, took 2 hull points off it from the quad cannon, so it can't shoot next round. Death Cult guys are here. These girls are stringing out a line. They're moving towards the Relic, but no one has it. These girls are running towards the Relic. Guard squad consolidated. Exorcists here move to where they are. This pulls back a little bit, still has line of fire to that squad. And one guy with a las gun moves up just in case he wants to shoot someone. And that's it for Sisters movement. So we're done with Sisters shooting. These destroyers get taken down by an Exorcist missile. These Sisters run. These Sisters shot at that arc and do nothing. The Vendetta blows up, or doesn't blow up, just knocks the armor off the arc, and then the quad cannon finishes it off. Guys on the Bastion over there, they're totally sound. And that was pretty much it for Sisters shooting. We killed some stuff. The Necrons have killed some stuff. It's been a pretty a beat-down game, so we're going to go into the assault. Nothing happens. The Death Cult Assassins and the Crusader get shot up on Overwatch, and then they roll a 3 on their charge. So nothing happens at all on the assaults, and we're on to Necrons round 3. At the end of Necron's movement, these Night Sights come in. They're both zooming in. This one loses 2 hull points and gets locked from the quad cannon. And guys are jumping out, because apparently they can jump out while zooming. This thing moves over here. Those guys on the roof stay where they are. And this group over here falls back. So Necrons are going to jump out, they're going to pick up the Relic, and it will be in their possession at the end of their movement when these guys get out of the vehicle. So Necron shooting is done. This group of girls has 1 girl left. This group has 3. The Vendetta got shot out of the sky by the destroyers. Exorcist lost 2 hull points from Gauss cannons, and there were no assaults. But it's looking pretty bad for the Sisters. Oh, and the Death Cult Assassin and Crusader? Dead. Alright, so we're done with Sisters on their arrival. This Dominion squad drives on. They jump out. They get shot with the quad cannon. 1 dies. They're all running. St. Celestine squad lands here. They scattered a bit, but that's good enough. This group of girls runs forward. This lone girl charges the Necrons. Uriah just walks around the quad cannon. This guard has a hard time moving. He kind of slogs around up top. The 2 Exorcists slide over. And that's it for movement, because the Vendetta and stuff got blown up. Oh, the Lehman Russ stand-in here moves over to the shooting side. And actually we're done with assaults. The Bastion blows up after the collapses after the multi-melta penetrates it. These guys suffer a number of losses, but they don't flee or anything, and most of them get back up. This squad suffers a few losses, and then most of them get back up. The guys who were on the Bastion almost all died, except for 2 Crypteks, and then 2 of them got back up. There was some assaults and some debates over the assault rules, but 2 squads of girls charge in here. Both of them die. They almost held on there, but then they got out. They got swept by Necrons, which is sad. And then some Necrons knocked down my guys. And we're on to Necron 3, 4, Necron 4. So we've done Necron movement. You'll notice both flyers have flown off into ongoing reserve. These guys are encroaching forward. These ones are clearly threatening St. Celestine, standing there 1 inch away. These guys are coming up behind the Seraphim squad. The box here represents the guy with the Relic. The arc here has moved forward, and that's it for Necrons. Those guys over there, they kind of move into the ruins. Necron shooting is done. As you'll notice, the Seraphim have taken some hits. Only the Inferno pistols and St. Celestine are left. Uriah got shot a whole bunch of times, but he made his feel no pain and has got 1 wound left. And the The quad cannon got shot, but it survived. And the immolator in the back has taken 2 hull points, so it has one
so
we're done with Necron assaults. Uriah's locked in an assault here. He mind shackles Scarabed. St. Celestine died. She got mind shackles Scarabed and then got beaten down with AP1 War Scythe. And these guys are consolidating. So we're moving on to Sisters, who are going to, by the way, have 1 faith point, which Uriah rerolls as a 6. All right, we're back to Sisters. Is this round 4 or 4? Bottom of 4. They have 6 faith points. Movement's done. Immolator moves over here. It's not immobilized. Dominions rallied. Leman Russ rolls over. St. Celestine gets back up. Oh, how many? With her full wounds, so 3 wounds. The Exorcists come over here. These guys man the quad cannon. Uriah's still locked in combat. And we're going to shooting. Multi-Malta hits this thing, does nothing. Orbital Bombardment comes down, kills a bunch of guys. Even though they make remarkable number of saves. Mortar round does nothing. This Leman Russ shoots into the sky. Quad cannon shoots into this group and kills like 2. Las gun does nothing. Exorcist missiles shoot into him and do absolutely, it's jack. And then St. Celestine flames a bunch, and we're on to the Necrons' morale, and then the will be backs, and then assault. Necrons get back. They do not run, and St. Celestine's going to charge them, so they're going to overwatch. Right, so we're locked in combat. These Necrons come consolidating in, and then we're here. Uriah is locked in combat. Nothing happens at all. St. Celestine is locked in combat. Nothing happens at all. And we're on to Necron round 5. All right, so round 5, Necron movement. These 2 come flying in. Destroyers fly up to here. They make dangerous terrain tests. And this guy moves here. Those guys are coming around these cryptex and stuff. Coming around the building at the Dominion squad. So we're done with Necron shooting. These guys shoot the tank and hit lives. On the quad cannon shoots down this, which you do not see transport here. Goes blowing up, but it doesn't hurt anyone. A bunch of people shoot these guard, and the Aegis wall saves their lives, but this Exorcist is now wrecked thanks to the arc there. And that's where it is. So we're on to assault. Epic. Uriah Jacobus is holding off an entire group of Necrons, as is St. Celestine. And combat goes on, so it's on to Sisters round 5. The Sisters get 4 faith points on the reroll, and we're going to... Sisters are done with movement. Those girls run over there. The Immolator goes over here. Leman Russ stand-in is there. These guys don't move. Locked in combat, and the Exorcist rolls forward, and we're going to go on to Sisters shooting. So we did some speed up here because the only thing that mattered was this one combat. We did 2 more rounds of combat, and this is because we were tied point wise, and no one could get to the relic. So the game ends as a tie. St. Celestine kills a character, gets a victory point, and it's going to be 2-2. Warlord and Linebreaker and First Blood. So it was a very tight game. So that's cool. Done.